Hi, everyone. Welcome back today. We are having one more time some problems with Facebook. It seems like everything happens to me. I know that many people are having issues with Facebook. I'm one more of you guys, and I have issues right now. I cannot connect live on the group, so I'm doing this on my page and then I'm posting it on the group, so you guys are gonna get it a little delay. I'm sorry about that. I hope that you're getting this live and you can watch it later and ask questions. And if you are not liking my page, please do, because you're gonna, sometimes when they get these issues, I'm gonna be in one place or the other, but I'll make it happen. So today we are gonna talk about being media ready. Oops, my phone is ringing. A lot of things are happening today. And whoever have kids, you know those schools that they call you 20 times, where that's me. My phone never stopped ringing with school's messages. But we are here talking about media and how to be media ready. I thought it was kind of a myth on being media ready, but I never realized how important it is and how to ramp up your media. A lot of you want to, let's put it this way, being on a media, it's getting authority. We talk about, and we can always deep dive on how media can help us for an SEO in another talk. But today, let's talk about being media ready. Being media ready doesn't mean that you have the right clothing or that you have the right answers, or it's about having the right story and how to pitch the right story and what elements you need to be media ready. Before even you start pitching your story, you need to find out, this is what I always suggest. You have to have a media kit. If you don't know what a media kit is, and nowadays it's only an EPK, an electronic media kit that you need. So probably what it is just a PDF nicely branded with your brand and putting the information about who you are, a little bio, what subjects you can talk about, and all the information, so a journalist doesn't need to start going around and trying to find it. Remember, journalists are busy, so you want to give them as much information compressed in one packet. And make sure that every subject that you choose to be in, what you can talk about, just do it because you feel comfortable talking about those things, and that you are really relevant, and their interest in, I mean, you are in the groups, you can ask questions, what you would like to hear more about this or about that. So all that information, and then make sure that you put a link to Drive, Google Drive, or anywhere where people can get your headshot. Make sure that you always have 2 or 3 variations of your photograph that they can use it. You don't want, if I will be in the other side, I will get very annoyed if I need to go a lot of back and forth asking for questions. There is nothing worse than when we do a podcast. I know my team, it's a lot of work to have to ask, can you give me your bio? Can you give me your picture? Can you give me another picture because that picture doesn't work on a format, or because in that picture we cannot see well your face? Make sure that you give those elements and they are clear. And then that means that you are set up to start pitching. Being media ready means that you have a clear point of view, what you're going to be talking about, and you're going to be cohesive. You cannot say in one interview, I love potatoes, and in another interview, I hate potatoes. You need to make sure that whatever is always, your message is aligned. Because otherwise people, if they start following you, and many journalists do, they do their research and they want to find someone who has a track record that is cohesive, that they can explain themselves well on the points. If you can give statistics, it's always better. And what else? If you have any questions, please do your comments in in the chat box. I know that we are not live in the group today, but if we are live at some point here, leave the messages and I will make sure that we or someone from my team respond them. So being media ready is about being ready to pitch. And when you're ready to pitch is you're going to be going after the publications that you think that you align with you. And this is what I want to make very clear, because I think a lot of people going into even hiring PR companies. So when they're trying to pitch themselves, they think that it's easy. It's not. It's really not. First of all, you need to develop relationships with the media, and you need to know who is the right person to pitch. Just don't pitch just because. Don't do copy and paste. Do your research. When you contact someone, make sure that you contact them because you have the right message for that publication and that you tailor the message for that person. Obviously, you have the press kit and electronic media kit that is just one, and that's for everyone. You can have a little blurb that you copy and paste just who you are, but make sure that whatever message you align and that you give them the ideas. I can talk about this. I think your audience will benefit at talking this and that. And don't expect that from one day to another, you're going to be featured in Forbes or in an Entrepreneur. Just start small, get used to it. Of course, you want to pitch the big companies, but at the same time, pitch small, because those backlinks, those SEO, and I'm super grateful when I started my podcast, for example, that people gave me the opportunity to come and talk to me on a podcast. I was no one starting a podcast, and it's right now I have kind of a wait list for people who want to be in the podcast, and we're scheduling really far away, but we did our work. And a lot of people even told me no, because I didn't have a lot of listeners or they weren't available. And I totally understand where they're coming from, but I'm so grateful to those who, when they started, that they gave me their time. They were so generous with their time. So don't be afraid of pitching small publications, because those ones will give you the credibility for later on to be featured with the big ones. Well, I hope that this information, it was worthwhile for you. If you have, we are gonna talk to my friends on Facebook again, so we can make this communication a little more back and forth, and we can communicate a little more. If you're looking at this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe so you get notifications that you have these little double shots of coffee with me. And also you can subscribe to my email list, lauraschmoisman.com. And remember, we have a special downloadable that you're going to have a link here in anywhere. We're going to put the link everywhere about the perfect pitch and how to pitch, a little guide. So don't forget to download it. I will see you next week. Ciao, ciao.